Children, today's lesson is on the subtopic of your chapter Minerals, and the name of this lesson is Mineral Fuels or Fossil Fuels. As you know, an important group of minerals in the non-metallic category is mineral fuels. A fuel, as you know, is any material that stores energy that can later be extracted. So wood was what people used to use in early times, and even now much of the world still uses wood in various forms. Mineral fuels in the world today are wood, coal, petroleum and natural gas. So as you know, fuels are materials which on combustion or on burning produce energy in the form of heat and light. Okay, so these kinds of fuels are also called power resources, and they're used in the fields of industries, to drive machinery, in agriculture, in transport, to power aeroplanes, cars, railways, etc. Okay, but how were they formed? So initially what happened was, maybe because of great movement on the earth's surface, many plants and animals got buried deep inside the earth. Some inside, like under the land, and some deep inside the oceans. Over time, the marine plants and animals, as well as the land plants and animals, got covered by layers of silt and sand. So over millions of years, the remains were buried deeper and deeper. Enormous heat and pressure turned the remains into coal, oil and natural gas. Okay? So, in order to extract these, we have to drill through layers of sand, silt and rock to reach the rock formations that contain all these natural minerals. Okay. Now, you may ask me, but ma'am, why are we calling it fossil fuels? Very simply, the dead remains found embedded in rocks are called fossils, so they are also called fossil fuels. Okay. So, as you know, they are used for a variety of different activities to produce electricity in our homes in day-to-day life. Okay, they are used in our homes, okay, for our different vehicles, in agriculture, in transport and so on. So whether you realize it or not, children, coal is a big part of our daily lives. In the past, coal has been used to heat homes, to cook, and even people even used it to draw. But nowadays, coal is used for many more purposes. It is the most abundant fossil fuel found on the planet. They are energy sources that formed millions of years ago. They are formed from layers of dead plants, and they are considered to be non-renewable resources. That means they cannot be made again. Coal is a fossil fuel that was formed from once living plants of various types. Alright. Okay. Coal can be used, children, by people. They have been used to make plastics, tar, fertilizers, medicines. The earliest trains which used to run on steam was, coal was used in order to run them too and generate steam. And people have been using them all over, at homes, in the industries, in factories, for transportation and so on. So we have 4 different types of coal: peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracite. Peat is the first step in coal formation. It is composed of over 60% organic matter, typically ferns and vegetation found in swamps, areas where there is soil plus a lot of water. Okay, those are called swamps or bogs. As a result of the high water content of this environment, peat contains a lot of water, which limits its heat content or the amount of energy it contains. It is a very soft brown coal, as you can see in the picture. Over time, with increasing pressures and temperature, peat is cooked into coal's next stage, lignite. Lignite is a soft brown coal, contains a high amount of water, but is still not the most desired form of coal, even though it is better than peat. But it is the most commonly found and known coal reserve. Bituminous coal is formed as more pressure is applied to the lignite coal. The greater the pressure applied, the more water is expelled, which increases the amount of pure carbon and increases the heat content of the coal. Okay, bituminous coal is of two types, the subbituminous and bituminous. Subbituminous is when it is changing from lignite to pure bituminous. Then we have anthracite coal. It is a metamorphic rock. You can see in the picture there, it's quite shiny. It is considered to be the highest grade. It is hard and dark black in color. It has got very light weight than the other coal. Very less water is present here. Therefore, anthracite has the highest heat content. It is formed when bituminous coal is subjected to great pressures, and it results in the formation of this kind of light and high heat content coal. So each coal has got a different carbon content. Peat has got 50 to 60%, lignite 60 to 70, bituminous 70 to 85, and anthracite, the best variety of coal, has got 85 to 90% of carbon content. Now, petroleum is found deep within the Earth's surface in the form of liquid. It is naturally occurring and is collected from drilling deep into the earth. You can see here in the image given here. Alright? So, it is often brown or black in color. When we first get petroleum, it is in a very raw form. It is very it is mixed up with many different substances, and it is known as crude oil. Alright, this one here. So this petroleum is cleaned. Alright, it is properly cleaned, distilled, refined, and finally we get this kind of a petroleum that is used by us. Okay, most petroleum is found by drilling down through rocks on land or offshore on the continental shelf. And the major producers of petroleum are the Middle East, the Americas, and Russia. Petroleum is a liquid that comes from oil. Alright, the word petroleum itself means rock oil. Alright, so petroleum is made by a large number of living organisms, like dead organisms, okay, which were buried under sedimentary rocks. Alright, and it is also called liquid gold because it is high priced and it has a high value. People have used petroleum for different purposes throughout history. Okay, they can be easily transported by pipeline, and you can use it as fuel, like petrol for cars, okay, diesel for diesel engine used in trucks, trains, and ships, kerosene for jets and home use. It is used as lubricants like petroleum jelly, Vaseline, that is a byproduct of petroleum. Next we come to natural gas. Natural gas, children, is formed along with petroleum, the oil petroleum, hundreds of millions of years ago. As plants and tiny animals died, their remains built up in many layers. Underground pressure and heat gradually changed the remains into gas and petroleum. The gases that make up natural gas include methane, ethane, propane, butane, and other substances. Because these gases burn very easily, they are valuable as fuels. Gases may also be made from coal and petroleum. This type of gas is called manufactured gas, LPG. Okay. A natural gas may be trapped in an underground pocket or reservoir above a deposit of petroleum. Okay, so here in this diagram, you can very clearly see that these are the drilling stations. Alright, so they discover in which area we have gas, and they drill a well into the gas reservoir. The gas rises out through a pipe to the surface. The special equipment purifies or cleans the gas. This clean gas can be stored underground or sent through pipelines to wherever they are needed. Gas pipelines can be hundreds of miles long, and the natural gas may also be cooled into a liquid form and then shipped in tanks, which of course we use in our homes as the LPG, the liquefied petroleum gas, which is very valuable for us because we do our heating, our cooking, everything in it. Now we come to the distribution of minerals. Children, the distribution of minerals is not evenly done, okay? It is very unevenly done, and it is within countries and between countries also. In one country you can have maybe a lot, in another country there may be zero. So it is very uneven. Alright, and all these minerals are concentrated in particular areas where rocks are formed. So I have attached some pictures here, but I would request you to go through your pages number 72, 73, 74 and 75. There are charts given here and diagrams. So you need to go through that in order to understand in which country we have what mineral. Right now I shall just be touching on to some of them. Here is a map of India given, and let us start with the circle, the reddish circle, which is the manganese ore. Okay, so here manganese ore is found in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, okay, Orissa, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. In the same manner, the inverted triangle can be found in the western part of India, okay, that is zinc. So zinc is found in the Gujarat and the Punjab areas. Alright, in the same manner we have copper. Copper is the square which is orangish in color, brownish orangish in color, and the places where you can find copper are Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Alright, so in this manner you can find out exactly where which mineral is distributed. Here also we have the worldwide distribution of minerals. We have iron ore, that is the triangle, the blue triangle. It is found in China, Australia, India, Brazil, USA, Russia, Sweden, South Africa, etc. Then we have diamonds, which is the inverted triangle, quite reddish in color. And diamonds are found in India, Brazil, Russia, South Africa, Australia, Canada, and so on. This here shows us the world distribution of mineral fuels or energy sources. And here we can see that natural gas, which is the green markings, are found in US, Russia, UK, Iran, Canada, Norway, China and the Netherlands. The black markings, which constitute of coal, are found in China, USA, Russia, India, Australia, South Africa, Germany and France, whereas the mineral oil and petroleum regions are the Middle East, that is Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Iran, Iraq, Libya, United Arab Emirates. Other than these, we have petroleum in Russia, China, Venezuela, USA, Canada and Mexico. So that brings us to the end of this lesson. Please go through your textbooks, page number 72, 73, 74 and 75 as well as the other pages. If you have any doubts, please feel free to connect with me. Thank you children, and stay safe.